Ukraine has shocked the world after they managed to attack Russia's most protected military bases using an army of smart drones. And now everyone is asking, why did Zelensky attack inside Russia? What was the true purpose of this audacious mission? And what does this say about the future of war itself? We then go on to find out how they pulled off such an audacious attack, how heavy the losses have been, and why Western officials have called this attack, quote, a disaster for Putin. Let's dive into this week's episode of Combat Log. But before we start, now back to the video. We've all seen the footage of Russian military equipment being destroyed in Ukraine. But recently, there's been a disturbing new addition to the battlefield: attacks on Russian military bases deep inside Russia itself. And as unbelievable as it may sound, the mastermind behind these long-range strikes is Ukraine. On December, Ukrainian forces executed what they're calling Operation Spiderweb, where they targeted no fewer than 5 Russian air bases located over 4,000 kilometers away. These are some of Russia's most secure facilities, designed to withstand even direct NATO attacks. Yet somehow Ukraine managed to penetrate these defenses and deliver a devastating blow to Russian forces. The confirmed casualties include at least 33 destroyed aircraft, including 22 strategic bombers capable of carrying both conventional and nuclear payloads, along with 8 fighter jets and 3 anti-submarine aircraft. It's estimated that another 15 planes were damaged. Additionally, 40 more aircraft were put out of commission due to destroyed infrastructure on the ground, like hangars and repair shops. Just to put that into perspective, that's almost 1/3 of all of Russia is strategic and nuclear-capable aircraft fleet gone in a single day. But material losses only tell part of the story. Analysts say the psychological impact on Russia's military has been severe. The scale of destruction is so massive that Moscow cannot openly acknowledge it, fearing a loss of face and potential panic among the population. As Dan Rice, a specialist in Russian military issues, put it, the Russian leadership will try to play down the incident and claim that only a minor portion of the Russian Air Force was impacted. But the fact is that they won't be able to replace these aircraft anytime soon. And it's a major setback for their ability to wage war in Ukraine. And the timing couldn't have been worse for Putin. With the impending new year, Russian officials were likely feeling optimistic about the coming year. They believed that their forces had finally stabilized the front lines, allowing them to focus on consolidating gains and regrouping for a renewed offensive in the spring. But Ukraine's drone attack has shattered those hopes, dealing a critical blow to Russia's military capabilities and forcing Moscow to scramble for solutions. So just how did Ukraine pull off this seemingly impossible feat? Well, the key to their success was an army of 117 FPV drones, also known as kamikaze or suicide drones. These small unmanned aerial vehicles were reportedly smuggled into position using unsuspecting truckers who regularly cross into Russia to deliver goods. Once in position, the drones were launched in waves, each equipped with high explosives and guided autonomously using artificial intelligence. This represents a significant shift in modern warfare, away from large-scale open engagements towards smaller, more unconventional forms of fighting. Even more remarkably, the entire operation was conducted without any prior indications or leaks from Ukraine. This lack of visibility caught Russian air defenses completely off guard, highlighting a lapse in their reconnaissance capabilities. The audacious move has stunned many who consider it the first large-scale attack against Russia since World War II. In fact, it has been compared to Japan's surprise attack on Pearl Harbor, which also caught an unsuspecting superpower off guard and changed the course of the war. And as if things couldn't get any more alarming, recent reports suggest that Ukraine has only just begun. According to a former U.S. Army officer, Douglas McGregor, Ukraine is planning to carry out similar attacks every 90 days, unless Russia changes its behavior. He emphasized that the effectiveness of these drones has taken military planners worldwide by storm. As McGregor explained, They are shockingly effective and cheap. You can buy them off AliExpress for $200 a piece, and they pack a hell of a punch when they hit the target. Now let's take a closer look at the drones themselves. These AI-guided kamikaze drones are relatively small, measuring around 60 centimeters long and weighing approximately 12 kilograms. Despite their size, these drones pack a powerful payload of up to 40 kilograms of explosives, enough to inflict substantial damage on their targets. Each drone is equipped with 4 propellers and guided via satellite navigation systems such as GPS, allowing operators to program flight paths with pinpoint accuracy. While the drones lack the ability to change direction mid-flight, their lightweight construction enables them to reach speeds of up to 130 kilometers per hour, making them difficult to intercept. But perhaps the most impressive aspect of these drones is their affordability. Manufactured by Chinese companies, these cutting-edge weapons can be purchased for as little as $200 a piece, a fraction of the cost of traditional military hardware. This low price point makes them an attractive option for militaries worldwide and highlights the growing accessibility of sophisticated weaponry. One of the most significant advantages of these drones is their ability to bypass traditional air defenses. Unlike cruise missiles, which emit a sonic boom that can be detected by radar arrays, the FPV drones remain virtually silent until they detonate. This stealth capability makes them extremely challenging to intercept and increases their effectiveness as surprise weapons. Another benefit of these drones is their small size, which allows them to exploit gaps in air defense systems. As Michael Kaufman, an expert in Russian military issues, points out, air defenses have a finite number of interceptors and can't track infinite number of objects. So if you saturate the system with lots of low-cost drones flying from different directions, you can overwhelm it and get through. Furthermore, the use of AI guidance significantly enhances the accuracy and effectiveness of these drones, allowing them to navigate complex airspace and strike targets with precision. This technological advancement has revolutionized warfare by enabling smaller, less equipped militaries to challenge larger opponents. In fact, the success of Ukraine's recent drone attack has led many military analysts to call for a reassessment of traditional military concepts. The notion that only advanced technology or massive defense budgets can ensure national security is being challenged by the effectiveness and affordability of these small drones. Military planners worldwide are now realizing that even a small nation like Ukraine can pose a serious threat to a larger power like Russia by leveraging innovative tactics and low-cost technologies. Of course, Russia will likely respond with even more aggression, potentially expanding the war beyond Ukraine's borders. But regardless of how the conflict plays out, the use of FPV drones has forever changed the way warfare is conducted. What Ukraine has achieved is nothing short of a revolution in military affairs, proving that size and cost are no longer relevant in modern combat. It seems that the future of war belongs to those who can effectively utilize small, inexpensive UAVs to counter larger, more expensive military assets. And as other nations and non-state actors acquire these capabilities, we can expect to see similar tactics employed on a global scale. The implications of this are profound and far-reaching, signaling a new era in military history. As the dust settles on this latest drone attack, one thing is clear: Ukraine has dealt a devastating blow to Russia's military might, sending shockwaves that will be felt far beyond the battlefield. Thank you so much for watching this episode of Combat Log. If you want to support us, please make sure to leave a like down below. Thanks again for watching, and see you all in the next one.